Hello YouTube, it's your boy B3 back with another kicking manga review. Today we are looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume 7, Monster World, which continues where Volume 6 left off in the TTRPG against Yami Bakura. Yeah, so right now they're still having fun. It hasn't quite become a shadow game yet. This is a D10 system, so they use percentile die. Almost a lot like Call of Cthulhu, and less like Dungeons and Dragons when it comes to the dice. But it's pretty neat. They fight all these cool little monsters with their little pewter miniatures, and they all have their different classes and strengths and abilities. Yugi is like a monster tamer, which is what I would probably play as. That's really sick. And they battle the evil Zork. But when you roll a super critical, things go well for you, but there's also a crit fail. And when your opponent rolls a super critical, and etc., etc. Yeah, Yami Bakura knows a trick to roll the dice to make them a super critical. And he uses that to steal people's souls and put them in the little miniatures. And it's like, hey, after I steal the souls, there's no one left to roll the dice, which means I automatically win. Even though the Dungeon Masters aren't really supposed to be like that, but I guess they are in this game. But he did not expect Yugi to have 2 souls. So everyone eventually gets transported down into the game board and their souls put in their miniatures, but then Yami Yugi is still around to play. And he knows Bakura's dice trick and is able to put a stop to it because he's able to do it too. So he's basically like, alright Bakura, you stop doing this dice trick, and I'll stop doing this dice trick. Works pretty well. The OG Yugi is able to turn some of Zork's monsters onto their side, which is pretty great. And they do all this stuff on Bakura's insane gaming table. Like, I would kill to have this table. Don't know where I'd put it, but I would kill to have it. And there was a really cool, very Dungeons and Dragons worthy puzzle in it. Really loved it. Really cool puzzle. Like, I genuinely enjoyed this, and I would play this game. Not this shadow game version of Bakura's, where everyone could die. But, oh well. It's pretty much rigged, by the way, this game. But the real Rio Bakura, while Yami Bakura is distracted, kind of takes over his hand, because the hand has been removed from Zork, and Zork is basically the DM PC. You know, he's the BBEG. If you don't know those terms, you might not fully appreciate this manga, because it is based on TTRPGs, or TRPGs, or just RPGs, tabletop ones specifically. But Bakura even mutilates his own hand, or Yami Bakura does, to stop regular Bakura from doing stuff. But Bakura is able to insert his soul into an NPC that he created, which is kind of like a white mage character, to help out the party, since the game is, of course, rigged. Like, technically not in a cheating way, but when you're the DM, like, you can have a Tarask show up or something insane, or just have a god come out and smite someone. It's really all insane. But instead of the heart of the cards, you have, you know, Yami Yugi believing in the dice. And you know that he wins. You know that Bakura gets his body back, Jack. And hopefully they'll all be able to play again one day with, you know, less horrific stakes. But there is a dungeon battle game in the back of the book, by the way, that you can play. But final thoughts? It's a pretty good ending to this. Obviously, Duel Monsters was the most popular game to come out of this. I was personally a big fan of Capsule Monster Chess. I wish that was a real game. But it's a pretty good ending, because it's a really, really big game with really, really big stakes. The biggest so far for both. And that's good because it's a good thing to end the manga on, but it also gives hints at more Millennium items and what the Millennium items are without revealing too much before the Duelist manga, which is where we're going into now. We're going into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, which is the next manga, which will be followed by Millennium World, and then we're going to read R, and that's like all of the story of Yugi and the gang. That's their whole thing. You have the Shattered Dimensions movie, which is a sequel to the manga, not the anime, by the way. And there's a lot of differences, and the manga doesn't do everything better than the show. The show actually has some things that are better. And I can't wait to talk about it. So that was Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume 7 Monster World. Thank you all very much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links down below. We do sell collectibles, including trading cards and other game stuff, both tabletop and video games, in our stores, both online and in person, physical store. So that's it. Thank you all once again. See y'all next time. Bye for now.